that we met, I could tell by your smile you hadn't been with a good...
Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel and I hope that you will enjoy the chapter I am going to explain it. Today we have the chapter The Little Girl, written by Catherine Mansfield. Before I start the chapter, I just want to raise a question from you, and that is, do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of the actions that used to upset you earlier. तो हमारा आंसर क्या होगा? हमारा आंसर मुझे लगता है कि यही होगा कि when we are small, when we are very very small, we do not know why our parents are being strict with us. But as we grow older, we become mature and we realize why they were being strict with us, and when we realize that the thing, then we also realize that our parents love us. So even the reader can also relate to this. You all can also feel that when you were younger, the action your parents did, the strictness that they had towards you, was for your betterment. And as you will grow older and older, you will realize that in the past, whatever acts your parents did were for your betterment, and in fact they really love you. तो मेरा क्वेश्चन यही था कि क्या आप महसूस करते हो कि तुम्हारे जो पेरेंट्स थे जब तुम बहुत छोटे थे तो वो इतने स्ट्रिक्ट थे और हमेशा वो तुम्हें डांटते रहते थे और वो तुम्हारे रॉन्ग डीड्स के लिए वो हमेशा तुम्हें गाइड करते रहते थे, तो तुम अपसेट हो जाते थे, कभी कभी नाराज़ भी हो जाते थे. लेकिन जब तुम बड़े हो गए तो क्या वो चीज़ें जो तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स की स्ट्रिक्टनेस है, वो डांटना है, फटकारना है, क्या वो ठीक था? क्या ये तुम महसूस करते हो? बिल्कुल, क्योंकि उस टाइम जब हम बच्चे थे तो हम मैच्योर नहीं थे, हम नहीं समझ पाते थे कि हमारे पेरेंट्स जब हम हमारे साथ स्ट्रिक्ट होते हैं तो हमारे बेटरमेंट के लिए होता है. और ये बात हमें तब मालूम पड़ा जब हम मैच्योर हो गए, हम बड़े हो गए. सो दिस स्टोरी अबाउट अ लिटिल गर्ल हुज फीलिंग्स फॉर हर फादर चेंज from fear to understanding will probably find the echo in every home. That is why what do we mean by will probably find an echo in every home? This means that all the children will feel the same way. So you all can relate to the feeling of little girl Kezia. Just like Kezia is full of fear towards her father, and later on she understands his behavior and feels that she was concerned and he loved her. All the children also have the same feeling towards their parents, and you can relate Kezia's story very well. So let us begin with the introduction of this chapter or about the story. The title of the story refers to the main character that we will come across, the little girl named Kezia. The theme of the story is the relationship between children and their parents. The writer Catherine Mansfield wants to tell us that children share a very important bond of love with their parents. तो ये जो स्टोरी है ये मेन कैरेक्टर केजिया के बारे में है, और इस स्टोरी का जो थीम है वो है बच्चों और पेरेंट्स के बीच में, चिल्ड्रन और पेरेंट्स के बीच की वो रिलेशनशिप जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग होता है. और कैथरीन मैन्सफील्ड भी हमें यही बताना चाहती हैं कि जो बच्चे होते हैं वो बहुत ही एक वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट यानी कि एक महत्वपूर्ण बॉन्ड ऑफ लव जो है वो पेरेंट्स के साथ शेयर करते हैं. ऑल्दो व्हेन चिल्ड्रन आर स्मॉल, व्हेन दे आर यंग, दे डू नॉट फील दैट देयर पेरेंट्स लव देम because their parents are strict and many actions of the parents seems unjustified. तो यद्यपि क्या होता है कि जब बच्चे छोटे होते हैं वो बिल्कुल ये फील नहीं करते हैं कि उनके जो पेरेंट्स हैं उन्हें प्यार करते हैं, क्योंकि वो काफ़ी स्ट्रिक्ट होते हैं, बिफोर देम, उनके सामने, और उनके जो एक्शंस भी होते हैं, जो पेरेंट्स के एक्शंस होते हैं वो अनजस्टिफाइड होते हैं। बच्चों को ये लगता है कि हमें फालतू का डांटते हैं, ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, वैसे नहीं होना चाहिए, तो वो इन सारे एक्शंस को जो बच्चे हैं अनजस्टिफाइड करते हैं। बट एज चिल्ड्रन ग्रो अप दे रियलाइज दैट ऑल द एक्ट्स डन बाय देयर पेरेंट्स वर बेनिफिशियल फॉर देम। लेकिन जैसे जैसे यही बच्चे जब वो बड़े होते जाते हैं, मैच्योर होते जाते हैं, तब उन्हें ये रियलाइजेशन होता है कि नहीं, उनके पेरेंट्स के द्वारा वो जितने भी अनजस्टिफाइड एक्शंस थे वो जस्टिफाइड थे और उनके लिए बेनिफिशियल थे। द पेरेंट्स वर कंसर्न फॉर देम एंड बीनीथ द स्ट्रिक्टनेस लाइज अ हार्ट फुल ऑफ लव फॉर द चिल्ड्रन, and this bond of love between parents and the children has been highlighted through this story। तो इस तरह से जो पेरेंट्स होते हैं वो काफ़ी कंसर्न होते हैं और उनके स्ट्रिक्टनेस के पीछे, डांटने फटकारने के पीछे बच्चों के लिए प्यार ही होता है, उनकी फ्यूचर के बेटरमेंट के लिए ही उनकी स्ट्रिक्टनेस होती है। सो इस तरह से हम ये जानेंगे कि इस स्टोरी में किस तरह इन चीज़ों को दिखाया गया है ऑफ दिस स्टोरी। Okay, let us begin with the explanation of this first paragraph of the story. To the little girl, she was a figure to fear and avoided. A figure to fear का मतलब होता है a person to be feared. And who is the figure to be feared here? Kejia's father. So he refers to Kejia's father and the little girl Kezia. So the opening line of the story is indicating the fear that Kezia has for her father. And as she is fearful for her father, she tries to avoid him and she tries to remain away from him. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with "Goodbye, father." So every morning before going to work, Kezia's father would visit her in her room and give her a casual kiss. And in reply, Kezia would say, "Goodbye, father." So this action of Kezia's father shows his love for Kezia. There was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. Glad sense of relief means feeling relaxed. Fainter and fainter means to lessen or reduce. So in these lines, carriages like horse carts were means of conveyance used in olden times. So here we can make out the fear that Kezia has for her father. The writer says that when Kezia heard that her father's carriage was going away from home and she was leaving home, and the sound became fainter and fainter, that means the sound reduced, Kezia would have a sense of relaxation. She would feel relieved that her father had left. Now why did she feel relieved? Because she feared her father. She was afraid of him, and so she was relieved when he left home. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. So in the evenings when Kezia's father would return home, she would hear his loud voice, and this loud voice again made her afraid of him. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring my slippers." So in these lines, what happens? So Kezia's father returned home. He would start ordering all different things. He would order that tea be served to him in the drawing room. He wanted the newspaper. He would ask his mother to go and see if the newspaper was there outside the house. He would ask his mother to go and see if the newspaper was there outside the house, and he would ask her to get him his slipper also. Guys, this is our second paragraph of this lesson. Let us read it. Kezia, mother would call to her, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." So here, Kezia's mother would call out to her and ask her to remove her father's boots. In order to make her obey, she would say that if she was a good girl, then surely she would obey her command. Slowly, the girl would slip down the stairs more slowly, still across the hall and push open the drawing room door. Sleep down means come down quietly and unwillingly, यानी कि बिल्कुल चुपचाप नीचे उतर आना और बिना इच्छा के सीढ़ियों से नीचे वो उतरती है. So what happens? So again we see Kezia's fear for her father. That is why she would come down the stairs quietly and unwillingly. Unwillingly because she didn't want to face her father. She feared. Guys, this is our next paragraph on the screen. So let us read it. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Now, just imagine Kezia's father sitting in the drawing room on a sofa, wearing his spectacles, and he's looking at Kezia over the spectacles. And now, the way he looked at her terrified her. She was horrified because maybe it seemed to her that she was staring at her. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? So here, Kezia was reluctant in her walk. She was slow in her motion. And so, her father would tell her to hurry up and remove his boots and keep them out of the room. And then he would ask her if she had been a good girl that day. I don't know, father. And Kezia replied that she didn't know. So why was she stammering? Because she was not confident. A person is not confident when he has any feeling of fear. You don't know. If you stutter like that, mother, we'll have to take you to the doctor. Stutter means hota hai to stammer, to speak with pauses. So here Kezia's father is copying her, and he also stammers like she did. He says to her that if she stuttered like that, then her mother would have to take her to the doctor for checkup. And now this is our next paragraph 3rd. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying to so hard to say the words properly. Given it up means stopped doing it. Trying so hard means making a lot of efforts. So here the writer tells us that Kezia never stammered while she spoke to other people. It was only when she talked to her father that she lacked confidence. And that is why she tried very hard to speak properly and she stammered. What's the matter? What are you looking so raised about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry me teacup back to the table carefully. Raised means unhappy, sad. On the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. Suicide means to kill oneself. Now, Kezia's father looks at her. He feels that something is wrong with her, and he asked her why she is so unhappy, and then he tells the mother that she should teach Kezia to behave in a better way, and she shouldn't appear as if she is so unhappy that she is about to end her life. So he wants to say that Kezia seems to be so unhappy with her life that she didn't want to live any longer. He hands her his teacup and asks her to place it back on the table. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. So here, this is the feeling, this is the vision that Kezia has for her father. She feels that her father was so big, he was just like a giant. And the writer says that Kezia felt that his hand and his neck and his mouth were also huge, especially when he yawned. It seems as if he was a huge monster. And whenever Kezia thought about her father, she felt that she was thinking about a giant. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. So every Sunday during the afternoon, Kezia's grandmother sent her downstairs to the drawing room in order to spend time with her parents. So Kezia was supposed to behave in a nice and decent way in front of her parents, and they had a formal get together. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. Snoring means the sound produced by some people when they are asleep. So here we feel that Kezia felt a bit neglected every Sunday afternoon when she went to her parents to meet them in the drawing room and have a nice talk with them. They were busy doing their own things. Her mother was busy reading and her father was busy sleeping and snoring. So Kezia had this image of her parents in her mind. They didn't talk with her, they didn't spend time with her. On the other hand, they were busy doing their own thing. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time. Then looked at her. Gravely means seriously. So all the while Kezia's father was asleep, she would just sit on a stool and watch him carefully till the time. She would wake up and stretch his body and then would ask the time and look at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. So here, Kezia's father would compare Kezia to a little brown owl. He would say that Kezia was staring at him just like an owl does. One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. Now Kezia was not well. She had a cold. So she was supposed to stay at home, and so her grandmother suggested that as she was at home and her father's birthday was approaching, she could make a birthday gift for him. She asked Kezia make a pincushion for him, and she also gave her a yellow colored fabric of silk to make a cushion. Laboriously, with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. Laboriously means with a lot of effort or difficulty. So Kezia put in lot of effort to make the birthday gift. She used double cotton, refers to a thread, and she stitched 3 sides of the cushion. But what to fill it with? That was the question. Now Kezia had prepared the back shape of the cushion. She had to stitch the 4th side, and before that, she had to fill the cushion with something, and she didn't know what to fill the cushion with. So the grandmother was out in the garden and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. Wandered into means went into by chance. Scrap means small pieces of cloths or paper, etc., that are not needed. So hereby, Kezia was confused that what should she use to fill the cushion with. As her grandmother was out in the garden and she was just looking for something, she reached her mother's bedroom. She was looking for bits of paper or cloths to stuff into the cushion. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces, and stuffed her case, then sewed up the 4th side. Now, Kezia is a small little girl. She is very young. Now, what she does? On the bed table, she found a heap of sheets of paper. So she just gathered all the sheets, then tore them and stuffed those pieces of paper into the cushion. And then she stitched the 4th side of the cushion, and she had prepared a birthday gift for her father. So many of you can relate to Kezia's act. Many children do such things unknowingly. They do not intend to create any mischief or harm anyone, but they end up doing it, and now Kezia has torn some important papers of her father's. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the port authority had been lost. Hue and cry means angry protest. Now there was lot of shouting in the house because Kezia's father had prepared a speech for the port authority for a particular meeting, and she was unable to find it. Now we all know where the speech has gone. It has been torn into tiny pieces, and Kezia has stuffed it into the cushion. Rooms were searched, servant questioned, Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Now, the family searched everywhere. They asked the servants, but no one knew where the sheets of paper had gone. And finally, the mother raised the Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room? So Kezia's mother asked her that did see some papers lying on a table in her mother's room? Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. Now here we get to see that Kezia is an innocent girl. She didn't intend to harm anyone. She was just preparing her birthday gift. And so very truly she tells her mother that she found some pieces of paper and as she needed them to stuff into the cushion, so she torn them and prepared her surprise gift. That is the birthday gift that she had prepared for her father. Unknowingly, Kezia had done a great disaster. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. Now Kezia's mother is so furious when she comes to know that Kezia has torn the piece that her father is looking for. And so she orders Kezia to come down into the dining room at that very moment. And she was taken down to where father was packing to and fro, hands behind his back. Now Kezia's father is full of tension as his important document has been lost. Kezia has torn it into pieces. Now Kezia will be scolded for the mischief that she has done. Well, she said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? No, she whispered. Mother, go up to her room and face down the damn thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. The damn thing used to express anger at something. Now, why is Kezia's father referring to the cushion that she has prepared as a damned thing because he is angry at the cushion? Because Kezia has torn his important document to prepare it. Now he is very angry with Kezia and he stared at her and asked her if she had torn the papers. Kezia was so scared that she was again stammering. And then Kezia's father ordered mother to go and bring that cushion downstairs and asked her to put Kezia to bed at that very moment. Okay students, this is our part 1 video for your lesson and I suppose that the part 2 will be made very soon. Till then, goodbye and please subscribe this channel so that the all video when it is made reach to your inbox very soon. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.